for being here, Ms. Moore. If you'd like to start out with a couple of minutes just telling us about why you're running, and we'll...
Who I am and why I'm running.
Exactly. We'll ask you questions after that.
Okay, I'm Doug Moore. I'm third generation resident of the district I seek to serve. I went to the local schools. I graduated from Andrew Jackson in '65. Right after graduating, I went into service, went overseas for 2 years. When I returned from my overseas duty, my father was the city councilman for the same district I seek. We had a family dairy farm. My grandfather started in 1924. While he was on city council, I began managing the farm, the family farm, and I did so until 2004. I've held public office one time, voluntary job, the only elected officials in Jacksonville that do not get paid. I was on the Soil and Water Conservation Board from 2004 to 2008. I served 2 years as the chairman. Since that time, I've got several small businesses. And the reason I'm seeking office is I've been very involved. I've been 10 years on the Eden Group, different organizations, community organizations. So I've kept up and been involved in the community all along while managing numerous small businesses. But after a couple years that the incumbent was in office, it was obvious that he wasn't representing the community very well, especially on tax issues. He advertises that he voted against tax 2 times, but he fails to mention that he voted for tax and fees 10 times. He talks about his integrity, except I don't understand what kind of integrity you can have when on the waste management deal, on the final vote, he changed in favor of waste management. In between the 2 votes, he got several $1,000s worth of campaign donations from the lobbyists and waste management, and has had some more since then. So that, to me, that doesn't speak much for the integrity. Over this couple of year period, well, after the couple of years, we started having community meetings with business and community leaders to seek out a candidate. I was on a bank board at the time in the middle of a merger, and I kept telling them no, 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 but then in August we decided to merge the banks, and I seen that it would be my opportunity to step down and that they could carry on. So I put my name in the hat. And we totally different on the needs of the community and the representation, especially on the tax issues and the integrity issues. So.
Well, I think you probably just answered the question we had as to what distinguishes you from your opponent, makes you the right choice for the voters.
To me, that's the 2 main things: the integrity and how we both see taxes. One thing I can tell you, he rents a home. He owns 2 vacant pieces of property. I own 21 homes and about 5 commercial pieces of property. He pays hardly any property taxes. I pay over $40,000 worth of taxes, property taxes in Jacksonville. I also pay taxes on 2,400 acres of property in Baker County. I spent 8 years on as president of an organization, our lobbyist organization for the dairy farmers of the Southeast. And during that time, one of our big issues, other than taxes and environmental, was property rights. We spent a lot of time. I'm very serious that in America, one of the most important rights we have, other than the ones in the Constitution, is the right to own property and to protect that property and be able to keep it and not taxed to death on it.
We do have some questions we're asking everybody who is running, whether they're running at large or from the district as you're running, although your district is so large, it practically is an at-large district. But what do you believe is the solution to the pension problem?
Without having all the information on it, I don't know what the solution is. But in all these organizations, I spent 22 years on the dairy farmers boards, and I spent 13 years on the bank board. During that time, I was on pension and compensation committees. I have a lot of finance background. The president evidently, or obviously, there's been a lot of agreements made by previous council when times were good. It's going to be hard to live with. On the current pensions, without a bunch of litigation, you know, I don't know who could win that battle, but for sure, the new hires, I know in our bank we did the same thing. We seen where pension situations, because the economy had changed, all of our new people are on a different program, strictly to avoid litigation. So, as council member, that's something you have to weigh out, is to whether you'd get in a lot of litigation and one you would lose, or whether things could be adjusted without disrupting public safety and costing a lot of legal fees.
We got 4 minutes before Joanne uses up. Actually the first question was specific budget cuts. Can you identify things in the city budget that you would just think we shouldn't be spending any money on at all? Specific budget cuts.
Specifically?
Yes, like programs or things we're putting money in that we shouldn't be doing at all.
Well, there's a lot of grants. Well, I'd start with grants and commissions. To me, that's where the most money is wasted. Now, compared to the public safety budget, those are small, but those are things we can do without. We support things that we shouldn't even be involved in.
Like what?
Off the top of my mind, a lot of the things involved in like the arts and music and just a lot of the grants and commissions in that areas.
So, so no money for any kind of arts or public events or anything like that?
If they make money, if a public event it benefits the economy and the city makes money off of it, we should run it like a business. If it makes money, yes. If it doesn't make money, and it goes, and somebody's got a commission out there that an appointee by somebody is just making a big salary, then no.
And the third question we're asking everyone is, what distinguishes you from the oil? I guess you already answered that.
We have some questions. Yes.
How does Alvarez feel about your candidacy?
He's helping me every day.
How does Rick Berry feel about your candidacy?
Dick Berry, I meet with them every Tuesday morning.
How do they feel about your candidacy?
They're working hard with me. I got donations from both of them. Jake Godbold is also working hard for me.
The movement, well, let's do something about that area up there in opposition to Hope. So, how about, there was a movement to abolish the soil and water board at the past member of that board. What were your views about that?
Well, it's not costing the city any money. There are things that the Soil and Water Board can do. They were set up to represent agriculture, and they've deviated from that. And one of them, I've met with them to get.
An answer, I think you would let it say.
Okay.
This is
If you couldn't, you don't know how the battle's going to come out, but how would you want the battle to come out about retirement?
How about I want?
What result would you like to see? What decision would you like to see made?
That
Not
could,
knowing how it's going to go, what do you want to see come out?
what I want to see come out of it is a compromise, a reasonable compromise that doesn't disrupt public safety and that the city benefits. I've got fire and I've got FOP's endorsement. They both really dislike Ray
Do you have
Holt.
any relatives in the fire, police?
But I told them I make no promises that the city comes first.
Do you have any relatives in the fire, police department?
No, I have none.
If you receive the endorsement of CTDC, will you publicize it?
Absolutely.
And specific program questions very briefly. Jacksonville Journey, spending money there or not?
That program started off probably with the right intentions and has grown and grown and grown. It's out of control with nobody, no oversight.
JEDC, Jacksonville Economic Development Commission.
Excuse me?
Jacksonville Economic Development Commission.
Most all of these commissions to me have grown out of control and deviated from their responsibilities.
Okay, I think we got you. You've already spoken to Cultural Council and Special Events, so
I have one question. From his website, you're talking about the constituents being hardworking men and women. They're the most important thing. Property taxes and increases. As a city councilman, I will work to reduce spending whatever possible to eliminate the need for these future increases. Any and all tax increases cannot easily be borne. Carried. Does that include fees? What is your opinion on the 3 fees? Do you see them as a tax? Do you see them as
Okay, the stormwater fee to start with. I'm in agriculture, so, and I'm a member of Farm Bureau. Farm Bureau says that law is unconstitutional, and they sued to get that law declared unconstitutional. The stormwater fee is, they do that fee by an aerial photo. All that fee is a tax. It just created another level of bureaucracy and administration, and it's nothing but a tax. And Ray Holt was the deciding vote on the stormwater fee. Agriculture violently opposes the stormwater fee.
And again, we're not using it in any consideration, but we